morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and today we are visiting Tanger Outlets in Sevierville, Tennessee, where there are all kinds of different stores here where you can buy shoes, clothes, jewelry, and even food and candy. So let's take a look around. There are a lot of people out here taking advantage of all the deals going on right now, where you can save lots and lots of money. And if your kid gets bored, there's all these cute little rides that they can ride on off to the side, like that cute little Volkswagen Bug thing. So if you're out in the Sevierville area, make sure to come check out Tanger Outlet Shopping Center. Now back to you guys.
Parrot Mountain. This attraction has it all, whether you're 2 years old or 90 years young, with hundreds of beautiful tropical birds and thousands of flowers, plants, and trees. Folks who visited our park have said, "I've never seen this many birds in one place. This must be what the Garden of Eden was like. The most beautiful and peaceful place I have ever been. These gardens rival the best. The best value in the Smokies. You'll want to visit Parrot Mountain and Gardens. Call or visit us online. We'll see you there."
Right at the door.
You've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You have to carefully monitor your health for the rest of your life, and you have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease.
Cut.
Type 2, take 2.
Action.
You've been diagnosed with a new purpose: to fight for the amazing life you made for yourself, to look that risk of heart disease square in the face and say, "No, not me." You've been given a new opportunity to live. Get started at NoDiabetesByHeart.org.
Happy New Year from Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Look at Jim Johnson.
I'm still going from last night. Wasn't that an incredible night?
Yeah, you splashed water on your face and you combed
did.
your hair, and now you're all up again.
Yes.
You look great.
I am.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know. I did something I was born with. I don't know. It's probably my dad's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
Likewise, Brad Lovett. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.
We're glad that you're all with us on this first show of 2020, which you could argue it's definitely the first show of the 20s. There's no doubt about that. Technically, it's still the last year of the previous decade, because you would start on 2011 and end in 2020. That would be your 10 years. And we start a new decade in 2021.
Or we could do it however we want to do it and say we want to start in 2020 and end at 2029.
Well, if we all do it differently, though, then it doesn't make any sense.
Who cares?
You know, we've actually never named the decades between 2001 and 2010. The last 2 decades we've not come up. We cannot say the greatest hits of the 80s, 90s, and because we don't know what it is.
Well, it's so silly because they say today, and they mean anything after 2000 is not today. That's 20 years ago.
Right.
The year 2000 is 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That's too hard to believe.
Yeah.
That is weird.
It's just wild.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, I don't know. It's not that hard for me because I.
Well, I'm right there with you.
Some people wanted to call that first 10 years the aughts.
The aughts.
And then the teens. And I think we'll get back into probably the 20 teens is what we'll call it as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but we're definitely in the 20s. So let's hear about some news in the 20s. Hey, you know who else is in her 20s? Kira's in her 20s.
I am.
So here's some 20-something news.
I like my 20s so well, I did it like 3 times. So it's well, we're going to look back a little bit on 2019 because we had some great events happening in our area, including Blake Shelton's Ole Red opening up in the spring. And he added 2 his other restaurant entertainment centers, including Nashville. Blake even performed for the grand opening in March. Now, that's going to be one of the venues coming up for the Tennessee Songwriters Week, which comes up in February. Month-long celebration of songwriters here in the state of Tennessee, and much of that action happening right here in the Gatlinburg area.
Cool.
Also, Wildwood Grove, first year for that at Dollywood.
Now, I've been to that. I haven't been to Old Red, but I've been to Wildwood Grove.
I have been, and I know you have been because you did filming for the Luminites, and you can still find that, by the way, on our YouTube channel.
A lot of fun.
Definitely, and I went there myself this year, and
it's really nice. And the grandkids loved it. It's a little bit scaled down and perfect for the whole family. I think that's the goal. It's something for all ages.
We also had the longest pedestrian bridge coming to Gatlinburg at the Gatlinburg Skylift Park. We visited there as well. Paula Deen came to town to open the new coaster at Paula Deen's Lumberjack Feud.
I think she
Okay.
comes
You
to
were
town
there?
a lot, right?
Yeah.
Kira was there.
Yeah, I got to interview her, and she said I was cute.
She's okay. And what did you tell her?
I said thank you.
You didn't
You didn't
say
you-
she was cute back?
too?
I don't remember what I said. I was
All
starstruck.
She might have been fishing for a compliment.
She may have been.
You're cute. What do you think of me?
I like your biscuits.
That could be taken in so
Oh
many
no,
ways.
I don't mean it in that way.
Just
I shouldn't have said that, but it's New Year's Day.
tell her nice hoe cakes.
I haven't slept.
Hey, Paula, nice hoe cakes. Because when you go to the restaurant, they give you these. The first thing they give you is a bunch of hoe cakes.
I'm going to tell you, I went there with family. We brought
Mm-hmm.
13 of us. It was amazing. It was great.
nice.
It really was. I
All
love
right.
it. Highly recommended.
All right. What else you got for us, Brad?
Okay. We learned about the new mountain mile.
Yeah.
And also the Legend of Hallow Mountain at Anakeesa. That was an October event, which we also went to.
Yeah,
You went to.
we've been working it.
You can
We
find
have
that
been.
episode
So
on
we've been
YouTube.
everywhere. And of course, we started back in June.
Yes,
Like
this
what?
Morning in the Mountains program has been now on for 6 months and a week or thereabouts. Yeah.
Almost after the 6 months anniversary.
Well, past it. We missed it.
We did miss it?
It was last week.
I can't count.
We started
Okay.
on like June 20 something.
Yeah, 24th.
We talked about it.
Yes.
So Christmas Eve would have been our 6 month anniversary. Yeah, but we were busy being Christmassy.
Well, yes. And the first year for beer at UT venues, and that helped bring Garth, we believe, to town. And huge concert with Garth Brooks. Even the football season started off really badly for the Volunteers, and it got a lot better. And so Bowl even involved in that. And what's new? Well, we can't wait. Of course, Dolly did about everything there was to do.
It was a
and
big
then
year
some.
for Dolly Parton, huge year. Well, let's talk more about that coming up in our next segment. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life.
Being a successful business is a lot of work, especially when you have to design your own media projects and advertisements. Let us take care of your media needs. We offer a large variety of services such as photography, videography, print magazine, live streaming, and so much more. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com. We look forward to working with you.
It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy. I always enjoy visiting with Amanda Maher from the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce, Director of Marketing. Welcome back, Amanda.
Hello.
It's always a joy. You can come anytime, you know.
Well, I like to stop by and visit with you.
Okay, I think we'll give you a key to the building, so you can just
We'll
come
get-
on in anytime you want to.
You'll show up in the morning, I'll be here drinking coffee. so-
Exactly. Yeah, just mic yourself up and start talking, which is pretty much what just happened.
There you go.
So as we're looking into the beginning of 2020, it's a leap year. There's fun stuff going on. Of course, Winterfest still in progress in Sevier County and Sevierville specifically. How long does that run?
It'll run through February 17th, so we'll go all the way through President's Day.
So what does that mean? The lights are on?
The lights are on through February 17th, so you know that really gives people a chance if they're coming for Valentine's Day weekend,
yeah,
or
yeah.
President's Day weekend. You know, there are going to be a couple of, I think, really good weekends around it. The way that the calendar falls this year. So
And I'm sure more than a few of you might be planning that romantic getaway to the
Yes.
Smoky Mountains
a
for
nice-
Valentine's.
nice cabin or condo, and
And Valentine's Day falls on a Friday this year,
yes,
Boom.
so works out perfectly.
right at the beginning of the 3-day President's Day weekend, just like you
Yes.
talked about.
Yes,
All right.
that'd be nice.
So then after Winterfest wraps on President's Day, we're right into the next thing in Sevierville, aren't we?
We are, and the next thing for us is amazing. It's Rose Glen Literary Festival, and for people who have not been yet, if you are a fan of literature at all, you will love this event.
And our friend Carol McMahon makes this a passion project of
Yes,
his.
yes,
he's
he
a
does.
writer, first of all, but he knows so many other
Mm-hmm.
writers, and they all come for this big party every year.
Yeah, and you know the thing about it that's so great, he brings in some of the top authors in the southeastern region.
Yeah.
New York Times bestsellers, USA Today bestsellers. Therese Ann Fowler is the keynote luncheon speaker this year.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's written Z, which is the book about Zelda Fitzgerald. She also did A Good Neighborhood, A Well-Behaved Woman, and several of
Nice.
her things have been turned into either television series or Amazon series. So it's really kind of neat to actually get to, be at an event and hear someone like her speak, and then have the opportunity to meet them, because
and to get their book signed, and even whatever you want to have signed.
Yeah, huge book fair there. There are a lot of authors. We typically have about 40 or 50 authors who are there selling their books, signing their books. And then
I know that 3 of my local favorites. I had a gig just not too long ago with 3 authors who are going to be at the Rose Glen as well. We were out in Harriman somewhere with Dr. Bill Bass, who obviously I work for, and then also Sam Venable, the humor columnist. He is funny. He got up and did the presentation and had us all laughing. Bill Landry from the Heartland series has got books, so a whole bunch of them.
All 3 of them will be there. They'll all be doing presentations. They'll be there signing their books. And we have also got some other authors, Michael Knight, S.J. Dahlman, Walter Ziffer.
Let's hit that date again, February 22nd.
February 22nd.
The Saturday after President's Day.
Yes, the Saturday after President's Day is at the Sevierville Convention Center at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the thing that's great about it is it's free to come. The only thing that there is a charge for is the keynote luncheon, and it's $25.
Or if you want to go down the water slide, you got to pay.
Yeah, well, that's at Wilderness. We're at the convention center, right there beside each other.
Next door, yeah.
So, it's awesome. And we even got, we do a children's corner. So we like to have some programming for kids as well. And I know my son he loves to write books. And so he's very excited about the speakers that we have coming this year. James Howard, who's coming up from Chattanooga, he does television and radio down there. And he and his daughter Lucy have written a couple of children's books.
Lovely.
And so they're going to be talking about the process of doing that as a family, and just how amazing that was for them and how they got their books published. So
it all
a lot of
ties in, because with Dolly's Imagination Library, and of course she's the Sevierville native, really you're taking advantage of those roots and turning Sevier County and Sevierville into a hotbed of writing and literacy and wonderful stuff like that.
Yes, and it certainly is. We've talked before about all of the different books that are connected to Sevierville. I've actually done a little video on it that we've shown at Rose Glen before, and just the number of books that mention Sevierville, that they're set in Sevierville, and huge authors too. So it's a really cool thing to have an event like Rose Glen.
Well, when you've got the #1 most visited national park, you're the gateway to it.
Exactly.
It would make total sense.
Exactly.
Well, that gets us up through February, and I'm sure you'll have you back again to talk about stuff for spring break in March. But real quick, spring break is mid-March, usually around St. Patrick's Day.
It typically is, and we are full force promoting spring break from the beginning of January, because there are so many new things to see and do here. So we think people will find a lot of really exciting different ways to enjoy spring break with their families here in Sevierville and the Smoky Mountains.
Amanda Maher from visitsevierville.com and the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce, Director of Marketing. You know how to direct some marketing. You're real good at it.
We try.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again in a few weeks.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, you're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy. More of the show right after this.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
Happy New Year from all of us here at Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy with Jim Johnson, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett. I will go home and watch the Rose Parade today because I do enjoy a good parade. When I lived in Burbank, we used to volunteer and help stick things to the City of Burbank Rose Parade float.
I bet that was fun.
Stick things?
Well, or glue things, or one year we had to strip roses and put them in little vials. And this other volunteer shows up and sees what we're doing, and she says, "Ew, I can't do that. I'm a professional hand model." I go, "Why? You volunteered to put roses on a float, and why would a hand model
Yeah.
show up to do manual labor that involves glue and thorns and cold water.
I'm a professional hand.
Yeah, so I think we gave her a broom and told her to sweep up the cuttings in the corner. But it was it was a great experience all the time I lived out there. So Happy New Year, Brad. We were talking right before, in our last segment, before the interview and all that, about the Dolly Parton and her big year in 2019. Mm-hmm. Could you recap where we were with that?
Well, we were talking about, she seems to have done pretty much everything. She had the Netflix series, and that premiered not long ago.
I watched it, and I cried a few times.
Oh, I cried when I listened to the podcast Dolly Parton's America, so we're even.
I watched the first couple of episodes, have not got around to the rest of them, and I'll also still have the Christmas at Dollywood with Danica McKellar still in the DVR. We've not watched just yet, but we'll get around to that.
I don't have the Hallmark channel, so I'm waiting for that one to come out on Amazon or whatever.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
So we had all that. Of course, she made a couple appearances here in town at Dollywood. Mm-hmm. So to kick off various things, as she normally does, and collaborations with other artists, modern artists. So she's keeping herself relevant.
Yeah, she had an electronic dance song, right? Or a remix of something.
She did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With Pentatonics, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
We had that, and this may not have been this past year, maybe the year before, but anyway, it's still a lot of that she's doing right now. So she's in her 70s and not showing any sign of slowing down.
A very big year for Dolly, absolutely. Yeah, good for her.
Now at Dollywood, roller coaster enthusiasts around the world have come to appreciate the impressive portfolio of world-class rides there, including the website for enthusiasts has named Lightning Rod #1 in its top 10 wooden coasters of the 2010s. So not only 2019, but the entire decade.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, you don't build that many wooden roller coasters anymore, but they built one, which is kind of unusual, and it's a huge deal.
Mm-hmm. Very huge. Now, to wrap up the decade, Coaster101.com is naming the top attractions in the theme park industry in a number of categories, and readers were asked during the month of November to nominate their favorite attractions in 5 different categories. According to the website, the Coaster 101 team gathered the nominations, narrowed them down, and ranked them in a list of 10 for each category.
What's your favorite coaster at Dollywood?
Well, I don't ride them, but
I like the Screaming
the
Eagle.
one that goes very slowly on the ground. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the bear. You might like the bear ride in Wildwood Grove. What about you?
I like the Wild Eagle.
Yeah.
It's the most liberating. Like, you just feel like you're actually flying.
I haven't rode the new one. Have you rode the new one?
I think I have. I can't remember.
Well, in Wildwood Grove, there's some smaller versions. The Dragon Flyer is the one that I went on with Artie, my grandson. Oh. So because that one, there's 2, Fire Chaser Falls and Dragon Flyer, where they have 2 height requirements that the younger kids can go on with an adult. So because of that reason, and because I got to go on with Artie, that's going to be my favorite. My #1 is going to be that one, the Dragon Flyer.
Now my second grandson, Tate, what's that real tall one where it goes? It looks like the Space Needle. You go all the way up the top,
and then it drops you.
And it drops you.
It used to be Timberwood.
Yeah.
Drop line.
Drop line. He said, "Let's go on that." And I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay. Well, what do you do when your grandson says you got to go on this ride that shoot?
Yeah.
I mean, it was something.
As a kid, I would prefer the smooth steel ride roller coasters as opposed to the wooden ones, which is a different experience. People like to be shaking around. All right, what else you got for us, Brad? I got to get in the plug.
All right. Well, not a whole lot more for this, but just going to wish everybody Happy New Year. Remember your favorite charities. All of our charities, including Severe Food Ministries, served a lot of people. And after the holidays, we sort of forget about that, but don't, because the need continues.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keep up your charitable donations through the new year. And if you want to save money so you can give more to charity, well, then you call our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals at 865-978-1152. We'll save you money on tickets and attractions in and around the Smokies. More of the show coming right up. morning in the mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Happy New Year. Frank Murphy here with Sports Director Rich Haley. New Year's Day, traditionally a big sports day. because
Absolutely.
We're off work.
We're off work. We're not hungover. We are relaxing.
I was working last night, so I couldn't have anything to drink. Yeah.
Did you get a toast at midnight?
You know what my wife and I usually do is she would get these champagne-flavored chocolates at the chocolate shop on around Market Square, and we would toast the chocolates.
Okay.
Because
so they kind of clunk instead of tink.
Right, because I can't.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm on duty hosting an event for the city of Knoxville, you don't drink on duty. It's poor form.
I can understand that.
Yeah, so
I can understand
it's
that.
fine. I don't mind. I just at that point.
Dean Martin never heard that rule, did he?
He didn't work for the city of Knoxville. He didn't have a job representing civic pride.
And then again, when you hired Dean back then,
Oh.
you probably knew what you were going to get.
Oh man, good old Dino.
Yep. All right. So, moving from the past into the future,
Yes.
let's talk football.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
What are you doing?
We're going to start off at 1 o'clock with the Outback Bowl. Now, we have 2 bowls at 1 o'clock, so either you have to split screen it, go somewhere where there's 2 TVs, or just switch back and forth.
Or pick one and just watch one.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, of course you can.
You can't do that.
You watch
I'm going
the
to tell you
one-
why you can't do that.
Why is that?
Because both of them involve SEC teams.
All right.
All right, so the first one that we're talking about again is the Outback Bowl, and
Well,
that's
they're tied technically. There's really no first one.
that's true.
All right.
Okay. So, the co-equal first one is the Outback Bowl, and that's going to be Auburn taking on Minnesota. So we've got an SEC versus Big Ten matchup.
Auburn, I mean, I don't know. If you're in Tennessee, you don't like Auburn.
You don't like Auburn,
So you don't like Auburn. So,
but Auburn beat Alabama, so you kind of forgive them a little bit.
all right.
And Auburn is a 7.5 favorite in this game, 7.5 point favorite. So we're looking good there. I like that game.
I can't think of anybody I know who went to Auburn, and I maybe barely know somebody who went to whose son is a Golden Gopher. Possibly, maybe. I'm kind of it's kind of a wash for me. I don't really have an opinion.
Okay.
One way or the other on the Outback Bowl,
All right.
but the Bloomin' Onions will win.
The Blooming Onions will
No
win.
doubt about it.
Yes. Now, in the past, what the Outback has done is they have a premium for each team. One team is the Bloomin' Onion, one team is the
Oh.
coconut shrimp.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And whichever team wins, you get that free appetizer.
Oh, well, that's tough. I guess we'll go with the Onions.
He's going to go with the onions then. All right. So at the same time, the Citrus Bowl is playing, and
I
that's
like
going to be on
citrus.
ABC,
Do enjoy citrus.
and that's at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida,
Is that the one where nothing ever happens
Yes.
except for bowl games?
and soccer.
Oh, okay.
So yes, nothing.
All right, 'cause you talked about that last week, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
So, and that's going to be Alabama taking on Michigan.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind who I need to root for in this game.
Okay, and that will be
The school where my son attends, Michigan.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it. I mean, I'm not ever. He's in graduate school, but still, go blue.
All right. So Alabama is a 7-point favorite.
I know they're from the South, and I know more of you watching probably have Alabama roots than Michigan roots. But come on, Michiganders, represent.
So the thing about this
I think this is
game
what Michiganders do, or maybe it's this one. You point to where on the hand where you are.
Oh, okay. So Alabama's had a tough year this year. I mean, they've only lost 2 games,
Yeah.
but they're not playing. They didn't play for the SEC championship. They're
Right.
not playing for national championship for the first time in forever.
They missed 2 big games. Yeah.
So they're going to be out for revenge, or they're going to be crushed. We don't know which.
I mean, it's still a very good team.
They're still a very good team. So we'll see what happens there. Like I said, they're a 7-point favorite. Then at 5 p.m. is the granddaddy of the bowls, the Rose Bowl in
I will
Pasadena,
watch
California.
the Rose Bowl parade.
There you go. And that's going to be Wisconsin taking on Oregon.
Have they been in this before? I feel like I've been to the Rose Bowl parade and seen Wisconsin in it a lot.
Yes.
Are they in it a lot?
Remember, the Rose Bowl was traditionally Big Ten versus Pac-10.
Sure.
Champions.
Okay.
And then we got into all the different alignments for the championship, and it kind of moved around.
Right.
So now they take the best team from both of those conferences that is not in the playoff.
Oh, all right. And that's how who gets the Rose Bowl?
Pretty much.
But it rotates around. Occasionally, the Rose Bowl is the championship game.
Right.
All right.
And like I said, Wisconsin is a 3-point favorite in this game. So on Wisconsin for the Wisconsin fans. I'm pulling for Oregon because I don't like the Big Ten.
And they have the ability to use the actual Donald Duck, licensed by Walt Disney himself.
Yes, they
as
do.
their logo. And you're a big Disney fan.
Yes, I am.
So therefore, we'll go for the Disneys.
All right.
The Oregon Disneys.
The Oregon Disneys. Yeah, Disney needs to buy another state because Florida's just not big enough anymore. All right. Then the final game is the Sugar Bowl, and that's going to be Georgia taking on Baylor down in New Orleans, and that's at 8:45 on ESPN.
Well, I don't know anybody who went to Baylor, but I know a lot of people who went to Georgia. So
And they admit it?
Oh yeah, they're big fans. They wear the red. They
Yes.
on the license plates. They're all about it.
Oh, yeah. So Georgia is a 6-point favorite in that game.
So I'll go with them.
All righty. So that's your New Year's Day bowl game lineup.
Happy New Year. All right, more of the show coming right up. Thank you, Rich Haley.
Absolutely.
When I became disabled, I lost my ability to work. It was then I knew I should have called the Garza Law Firm first.
At Garza Law Firm, we want to end your frustration and strengthen your claims so you can have the disability benefits that you need. The Garza Law Firm, let us help.
Happy New Year, and if you're not watching us live because you stayed up too late last night, it's okay. You can watch our archived episodes on Roku, YouTube, and of course on Facebook. We do appreciate your subscribing to us on YouTube, adding our channel on Roku, and liking us on Facebook. Let me make sure I get my terminology right.
Yes, it's good stuff.
All right. So that's one of our resolutions for this year is to provide you with even more great information and entertainment about the Smoky Mountains. So if you make your resolution to subscribe, follow, add, like. Does that sound right? Yeah.
Yes.
That would be great help to us and help us spread the word about Mountain Fun Life, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, for Brad Levitt, Kira Cupp, Jim Johnson, I'm Frank Murphy. Happy New Year. We'll be back tomorrow.